Hey everybody, this is Mr. DeLucas here with my daughter Arden, and we're going to show you guys how to do repeated reading at home. Repeated reading is a tool to help kids speed up their fluency. Their reading fluency is one of the components that we measure at school. A lot of people say, well, it's not just about how fast they read, it's what they understand too. Well, we measure that with using a different tool. This is one of the tools we use. First thing you need to have is, you need to have a reading passage. I have reading passages that Arden and I have used this summer. I'll use this with some of the kids that we do during the school year too. And they get increasingly difficult as we've been going along. If you're looking for a 4th grade reading level, everybody asks, so what's reading level? Go into an online site, and if you just type in Lexile, L-E-X-I-L-E, Lexile level, that will usually give you a pretty accurate reading on what a 4th grade reading level is. And you're usually looking for something that has a Lexile level between 700 and 1,000, depending on your student. So you could take any book that you have. You know, if you're reading Sideways Stories from Wayside School, you could type into the internet, Sideways Stories from Wayside School, Lexile level, and they'll tell you if that book is a 4th grade book or it's in that 700 to 1,000 range. So once you have a reading passage, all you really need to do with your student is, or kid, is listen to them read for a minute. The beginning of the school year, we usually want 4th graders coming in at about 100 words per minute. By the end of the school year, kids typically grow 20 to 25 words per minute per year. So we want you coming in at about 100 words per minute. We want you leaving 4th grade at about 120 words per minute. And that's kind of how we monitor that. Okay, so this is just a way of practicing that. And then you can see at home, you can have your student read to you for a minute, and you can count up the words and see, are they in that range though? Are they in that 100 to 120 words per minute range that we want them to be in for 4th grade? Okay, so we're going to show you how it works here. Arden, I think we're on story 9.
Oh.
Yep. So I just use my cell phone as my timer, and I set it for 1 minute, and then I listen to Arden read here, and if Arden makes any little mistakes, I kind of mark them down on my book, and we'll show you how that works after Arden does her first minute. Okay, so whenever you're ready, Arden.
The king and queen live in a grand castle. Life in the castle is dull. The king and queen need some fun. The king and queen invite some people to the castle. The jester tells jokes to the people and the king and queen. It is fun. Will the people sleep in the castle? The king and queen have some beds for the people to sleep in. The beds have soft cotton sheets and woolen blankets. I think it would be fun for the people to sleep in the castle. I would like to sleep in the castle with the king and queen. Would you? The king and queen live in a grand castle. Life in the castle is dull. The king and queen need some fun. The king and queen invite some people to the castle. The jester tells jokes to the people, and
we got it right there. So you can see where we stopped, and you probably heard her start to repeat over. The passage that we're using is a shorter passage, so when the kids use these passages, we'll have them go all the way to the bottom and then start over again at the top. And I'm lucky I get to cheat because on these passages I have a little mark here that tells me where 100 words is. So now I just look and I count them up. Now, Arden, I didn't hear any mistakes. That was clean. Good job. So here's 100.
So 100.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So for this story, Arden was at 145 words per minute with no mistakes. So I always write in their books 145/0. If they make one mistake, well, that would have been a 144/1. They did 145 words, but one of them was a mistake. So we kind of take that off of their total. Now, she met her goal on this story, so typically what we've been doing during the summer is I move her on to the next story, but just to show you how it works, we're going to do this story one more time, because that's what we do with repeated reading. That's what we call it, repeated reading. We're not worried about doing the comprehension portion. We just want to have them hear themselves read at that adult level, where their reading is very flowing.
When you're in school, don't you get like 3 chances to
Yeah, when we do it at school, we usually give them 3 chances on a story, and then we need them to go home and practice that some more. Okay? So let's go one more time, Arden. Let's hear your read here.
Okay. Get my hair behind my ears. The king and queen live in a grand castle. Life in the castle is dull. The king and queen need some fun. The king and queen invite some people to the castle. The jester tells jokes to the people and the king and queen. It is fun. Will the people sleep in the castle, the king and queen? Have some beds for the people to sleep in. The beds have soft cotton sheets and woolen blankets. I think it would be fun for the people to sleep in the castle. I would like to sleep in the castle with the king and queen. Would you? The king and queen live in a grand castle. Life in the castle is dull. The king and queen need some fun. The king and queen invite some people to the castle. The jester tells jokes to the people and the king and queen. It is fun. Will the people sleep in the castle? The king and queen have some beds for the people to sleep in. The beds have soft cotton.
There you go. And that's her second read through.
And I went faster.
And she was faster because you can kind of tell when kids are starting to read a little bit better. They start to scoop and phrase. Instead of when you're young, you would say the king and queen. You could probably hear Arden going the king and queen. It's like spaghetti and meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs, and that's what helps you to really increase your rate. So let's see here. You were at 145. No mistakes. I didn't hear anything. And the discussion that I have with the student is important too, because I can point out those problem areas and kids will correct those. So like I said, this is repeated reading. This isn't about comprehension. This is about pointing out where they're making mistakes. Are they repeating words? Are they mispronouncing words? Are they leaving words out? Having those discussions helps the kids, so they go, okay, I'm going to fix that next time. So 145, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. 177 and 0 mistakes. That's really fast. So that's good. So Arden and I are both happy with how she did on this passage. And once again, the main things to think about when you're doing repeated reading is you are going to repeat the passage. If they don't hit that 100 words or 120 words that you and your student are aiming for, have them read it again. We typically just do 3 readings because you could sit here and grind it out, but it kind of gets pointless after a while.
You want to give your kid a break.
Give your kid a break, that's right, especially during the summertime, right? So look for passages that are grade appropriate, and that'll tell you, because everybody can read Hop on Pop really, really fast. Find books that are 4th grade level and see if they're hitting that 100 to 120 words. And remember to look, the book's Lexile level is 700 to 1,000 words. And that's how you do repeated reading with your student, and hopefully that helps out. You can test it out this summer and see how they're doing.
Arden's Amazing Doodles.
Arden's Amazing Doodles.
Doodly 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 doo.